scare the living shit out of the Indiana Fever. So Indiana Fever, and it's been my belief that they will freaking fire everyone. And I do believe this. So if you're a Fever fan and you're hoping they'll keep Caitlin Clark, it's my belief that when push comes to shove, there's no way they can let her get away. They will fire everybody and start over. That's my belief. I cannot imagine the level of fumbling the bag that would have to be done.
What happens when Gatorade tries to hitch a ride on the Caitlin Clark hype train but forgets who's actually driving it? You get a PR meltdown, hydrated, but still burning. The WNBA thought they were setting up a highlight reel moment. Instead, it clanked off the rim and landed straight in the PR trash bin. And just wait till you hear what the fans have to say. Fever XX might want to take a seat before reading that poll. Oh, and Caitlin? She just casually secured $660,000 like it's tip money. Grab your snacks. This one's spicy.
Clark meant to the WNBA?
Everything. She's changed the dynamic and history forever for women.
I see a lot of young girls here today, and I see how inspired they are, and she's even gotten me back into basketball.
I think she has brought attention. She did it for us. We have never watched, and we have become big fans.
I don't think her contributions have been extreme as what people think they are. I think the league in itself has been getting better, and that's really what we should be focusing on.
I think she's brought a lot of attention to the WNBA, and it's needed.
I think it's great. I actually grew up watching the WNBA, so it's really exciting to see a resurgence.
She meant everything. I never watched it before.
If Caitlin Clark walks out of Indiana, I'm walking with her. That's not just idle chatter anymore. It's a full-scale movement. She's not just in the WNBA. For an entire generation of new fans, she is the WNBA. Half of them didn't even know a Fever was a team and not a symptom 6 months ago. At this rate, Indiana might want to lawyer up, because if this breakup happens, Caitlin's taking half the fan base in the split, and probably the heart of the league, too.
And there's enough votes here. This is a good test to see how bad this would be. Swag put this out, and it's starting to make the rounds. I voted. Okay, Fever fans, answer this. If Caitlin leaves Fever, would you still support the Fever? We got 1,145 votes here. Nope, my bags are packed is far and away.
These aren't your average casual fans. These are diehards, converted, baptized, and fully ordained in the Church of Caitlin. They are not pledging allegiance to zip codes or team colors. Caitlin is the logo. That jersey she wears. It's not just a uniform. It's a GPS wherever she goes. They follow. Their loyalty isn't rooted in Indiana soil. It's rooted in her. As for the rest of the roster, sure, they've got respect. Maybe even love. But the gravitational pull starts and ends with number 22.
Cook. Need dinner.
I'm buying Powerade stock.
Is it a play on, like, women shouldn't? No, they didn't do it on purpose. There's no way. How you came up with this and not in the back of your minds, like, oh, they're just going to be like, oh, it's women. She just needs to cook. Didn't think about that in the PR room. Look, I'm a big advocate.
But when the lights dim and the choice becomes clear, franchise or the phenom who made you care in the first place, there's no hesitation. It's Caitlin Clark or nothing. And right now, Fever fans are sweating. Not because Caitlin's falling short. Far from it. She's doing exactly what she was brought in to do. Ignite attention, boost ratings, fill arenas, and drag this struggling franchise into something that vaguely resembles professional basketball. The only problem? The one person who doesn't seem to have gotten the memo might be her own coach.
Listen, NBA players make 50% of revenues. WNBA players make 9%. And now the merch sales are up 500% and attendance is up, 40%. So they're going to get a raise. There's no question. And I don't really care that the previous 25 years, they didn't make a lot of money or lost money. I don't care. They're in the middle of a negotiation and they're on a heater. So it doesn't really matter. I've said this before. I made an investment for 5 years and it lost money. And I got about 6 months left in the investment. And in the last 6 months, they started making cash. I'm not bailing on the investment. I want to finally get my money back. So they're going to get a raise. They're finally turning a corner. But and negotiating in any business is all about current momentum. It's not about 12 years ago. It's about current momentum.
Because somehow, the game plan sounds less like empower your superstar and more like maybe next quarter. Which would be funny if it wasn't so painful to watch. Spoiler alert, they are not winning. They are losing. And they are doing it in spectacularly ugly fashion. Yet post-game, it's the same tired script. One player goes 2 for 14. Couldn't hit water if she fell out of a boat. And the response? Keep shooting, honey. They'll fall eventually. Caitlin takes one tough 3 in crunch time. Bam, immediate lecture. That's not coaching. That's performance art. Fans aren't blind. They see the double standard. They see the slow-motion sabotage of the only reason they bought tickets in the first place. And they are not sticking around for the train wreck. The message? It's been sent, shouted, and replayed more times than a WNBA highlight buried on ESPN3. If Caitlin goes, we go.
Clark is a media driver. She is a ratings driver. I think about the NBA post Magic and Larry, the NBA post Michael Jordan, tennis post Serena Williams, golf post Tiger Woods, right? There are certain athletes that drive the sport more than others. And that's not to take away from anyone else drafted tonight. That's not to take away from the other incredible superstars in the WNBA.
This isn't just fandom, it's migration. And Caitlin Clark, she's the monarch butterfly. These fans aren't wearing fever gear, they're carrying portable allegiance. They don't care if she ends up in New York, Las Vegas, or the Bermuda Triangle, they are following. The team could change names, cities, or rebrand as the Toilet Paper Tornadoes. If Caitlin's on the roster, they are all in. This isn't a fad. It's a full-blown cultural phenomenon. And fever management should be shaking. Because these fans aren't being dramatic, they are being honest. Caitlin Clark is why they tuned in. Not because of some slick league marketing campaign. Not because of curated Instagram reels or flashy promos. It was one kid from Iowa with Steph Curry range, point guard vision, and the charm of a late-night host who turned women's basketball into must-see TV, and now? You want to voluntarily sideline that? That's not just short-sighted, it's corporate malpractice. Like striking gold and then bulldozing it to build a strip mall. It defies logic. And yes, the fans do love the rest of the squad. This isn't about erasing anyone. It's about recognizing the engine driving the entire machine, and realizing you can't afford to lose it.
Shirts don't bother me. But why do you take a shot at the Golden Goose, Caitlin Clark? You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water. One of those airlines that is the planes are the color of a highlighter. Now you're flying private. Okay, if you're in a band and you're staying at the Motel 6 and you add a band member and now you're at the Ritz-Carlton, keep your issues to yourself.
The worst part, it's starting to feel intentional, like there's some warped internal logic at play. Keep the rookie humble. Don't let her shine too bright. Make sure the vets get their touches, even if their shooting percentage is closer to winning the Powerball than hitting league average. Meanwhile, fans are practically begging. Just let her cook. But every time Caitlin heats up, someone yanks the pan off the burner. Combine that with the awkward body language, the tense presses, and head-scratching late-game decisions, and now Caitlin Clark's fanbase isn't just loyal, they are furious. They feel conned. You can't plaster her face on every ad campaign from Gatorade to garden hoses and then treat her like a glorified decoy when the ball goes up. That's not load management. That's sabotage in slow motion. So what happens if she walks? Simple. The WNBA faces its biggest fan exodus since Netflix killed cable. 1 minute, you're playing in front of packed arenas and breaking viewership records. The next, it's dead silence, and American Ninja Warrior reruns are outdrawing your primetime games.
I'm going to pass on that question, actually. WNBA star Caitlin Clark is transforming women's sports. She fills arenas night after night, and her games have smashed TV viewership records. And if you watch Clark play, well, it's not hard to figure out why. She makes deep three-pointers look easy. And like all stars,
And don't think this is all talk. These fans aren't bluffing. They've already started scouting exit routes. We're talking spreadsheets, zip code research, group chats plotting relocation strategies. Some have rental apps open in Phoenix. Others are brushing up on Las Vegas area codes. There are Caitlin Clark watch parties being planned in cities she doesn't even play in, just in case she gets traded. because this was never about Indiana. These fans didn't fall in love with a franchise. They fell in love with a legacy. Half of them didn't even know what a fever was 6 months ago. This isn't just fandom anymore. It's a hostage situation with a very simple ransom demand. Don't screw this up. And yet here we are, watching as management fumbles the only thing that's actually working. Caitlin Clark fans didn't ride this far just to be background noise. They are not sticking around to watch her turned into a glorified ball shuttler while the system plays keep away with its biggest star. So when fans say they'll leave if she does, believe them. Because to them, Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she is the product. She's the axis the entire WNBA ecosystem is spinning on right now. Remove her from Indiana, and the Fever become a forgotten line on the scoreboard. But plant her anywhere else? That city instantly becomes the epicenter of women's basketball.